Salvete omnes, ego sum Magister Sullivan. Uh, Back to discuss Aeneid 1, lines 64 through 80. First off, we'll start with our scansion. Excuse me. So, first item, line 64, we're going to check for any elision. Remember that this is a J, right? So, there could normally be elision here, but this is a J, so there's not. But if we check at the end, we have USA. So there is elision there, right there. So then we start off with our last feet. Right, there's our spondy. And here is our dectal. And then we mark everything else long. That should be long. X is actually two consonants. That's long. 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 We have a J and an M. So this is long. This is long. Remember that this is a W. And this is long. So here we go. All right, so we have a heavily spondic line. So the first 4 feet are spondy, 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 dectal spondy. Right, there would be the caesura, would actually probably go right about there, almost in the center of the line, close enough. So that's it. That's our scanned line. All right. So here we have Juno asks for Aeolus' help. Right, we've got Aeolus last chapter. He's the king of the winds. Right, he lives on the island of Aeolia. And he keeps track of the winds. Jupiter left him in charge. It's got a giant cave where the winds rattle around, and also a huge, massive mountain on top of it for extra reinforcement. So here we begin with to Aeolus, then Juno as a supplicant used. This is our main verb. Used these voices or these words or something to that effect. Something to point out, this is called a passive verb, but it's also a deponent, which means that it's active. So that's, we said used instead of was used, right? And this particular verb utor, usa est, takes an ablative with it. That's what this is right here. Right, and so here we have Brown. We're going to add vocative to the list since we have some speech. So Aeolus, now, and we can just say now, father of the gods and king of mankind or of the humans, granted the ability to you to, this is et and et, to both calm and raise the waves. Here is our direct object with the wind. And we have a clan, a race, hostile to me. Again, this is Juno speaking. Sails, present tense, the Tyrrhenian Sea. Again, ichor literally means the upper surface of the sea, but we can talk about it as being the sea. And then we have gens, and we have portons. That's our participle. Portons is referring to gens. Carrying, so it's like a clan or a race carrying. Ilium, and the conquered Penates. And we have a gloss on Penates. Penates are the household gods for the Trojans and later on the Romans. Into Italy. And so here we have some imperatives. So we have incute, obrue, and age, and disike. Right? So she's going to command him to do some things. So she says, stir up or shake up the violence with the winds or in your winds, right? So ablative. And destroy the submerged or sunken ships. Right, so pupes is that's that synecdoche thing where it's part of the whole. So pupes refers to like kind of like the prow of the ship or the poop of the ship, um, but here it means the ship itself. Or drive um, them scattered and scatter the bodies again on the sea. And now she says, "There are to me." This is called a dative of possession. It's used with the verb to be. Here's our verb to be. This is the plural of est. So there are to me, or you can say I have and flip it. There are to me 2 and 7, or 2 times 7, so 14 nymphs. Here's our subject that goes with such nymphs in or with um, um, excellent body, right? So these are ablative of description, of which here we have the future tense, right? Here's our two verbs in the future. I shall join. So of whom or of them or one of them, right? Oh, so which of them? Um, I shall join Diopia, and she is the nymph. She is most beautiful, or who is most beautiful with respect to her form. So this is ablative of respect, um, with respect to her form. And I shall join Diopia, um, understood like to you, in a stable union, in a stable marriage. And I shall call her yours, right? Proprium. Um, and then so we have this ut clause here, and then we have a couple of verbs in the subjunctive. So you'll notice facit is usually here, but now it's faciat. This denotes subjunctive. Exigot, this denotes subjunctive too. Um, so I shall call her yours to spend, or so that, or in order to spend, or that you could spend all your years, all her years, or all the years with you, so that she spends all the years with you for such deeds. Right. Here we have chiasmus. We have the omnes and the anos bracketing, so it shows kind of the highlights the length of time, and she would make you a parent of um, beautiful offspring. So here we have the chiasmus up here highlights the length of time that Diopia will be with um, Aeolus, and as well as the fact that she will make him a parent to, or of, or with beautiful offspring. So we have the synchesis here, right? As you can see, right? So Aeolus makes his response in this, or Aeolus says against this, or against these words, um, "O Queen." So here's the vocative again. "O Queen, your task is to explore what you wish." Okay, this is a subjunctive too. We'll talk about opto. It's a first conjugation verb, so if you see it either, it's subjunctive present. So it's an indirect question also, but we can talk about that. It is right for me, or for me, it is right to undertake these orders, or to follow these orders, right? So you should unite, or you should make whatever kingdom this is to me. You should unite um, the scepter and Jupiter. You grant, and again, this is like, you grant me the ability to recline. Here we have our infinitive, to recline in the feasts, again, of the gods. And you make the power powers are object of the winds and the storms or storm clouds. Okay, so we have um, Juno's request to Aeolus. She wants him to let loose his winds, and in so to punish the Trojans. That's that race that hated or hostile to her. Um, and she wants him to damage them on the sea with the winds and strew their bodies across the sea. And in return, she will grant him one of the 14 beautiful nymphs, the most beautiful of which is Diapia, and she will be wed to him in a long, stable marriage, and she will be his property. And as a result of this union, so that he can live a long life with her for such deeds, and that she will make him a parent of such beautiful offspring. To which he responds, yeah, that's all well and good, but you really control all the power here. So he's kind of kissing up to her. Um, and then so you could grant me the ability to recline um, at the feasts of the gods, right? I think that's kind of what he really wants. But so we'll see how it goes going from there. So that's lines 64 through 80, where Aeolus and asks Juno, or Juno asks Aeolus for help, and dislodging, harrying um, the Trojans. All right, that's it. Valete omnes.